cold wind swept down from the Shadowpeaks as the party climbed the narrow, jagged pass. The cliffs loomed like stone guardians, their ancient tunnels glowing faintly with traces of dark magic. Echoes of distant drums rolled through the mountainside, warning them that enemies were gathering above. Runa led the way, axes ready. Dravok's shield caught what little light the storming sky allowed. Sylvara whispered to the living land, guiding their steps. Borrin traced old dwarven runes carved into the rock, feeling their hidden traps humming beneath centuries of dust. Kaelir placed his fingers on his lute. A single soft note carried strength into their hearts. Somewhere ahead, a princess waited. Somewhere ahead, destiny stood watch.
The mountains rose like jagged towers as we climbed the narrow way. Frost winds howled through broken tunnels, hinting at battles near that day. Tracks of goblins scar the stonework, luring travelers to their doom. And old dwarven runes along the hillside whispered warnings in the gloom. We tightened straps and raised our weapons, feeling danger drawing close. For echoes of a shaman's power drifted coldly through the snows. But still we pushed toward the fortress, breath and will in steady stride, knowing somewhere past the ramparts Eldamar's princess fought to hide. Shattered iron doorway lay a world untouched by fear. A hidden grove of emerald pathways where the air turned warm and clear. The cliffs that house the goblin terrors open to a gentler land, as though the earth itself hid beauty none but she could understand. And in the heart of that green shelter, hope's faint whisper stirred the air. A presence bright as morning fires told us someone waited there. We moved through moss and blooming branches, breath held tight as truth drew near. For in that quiet living valley, the princess sensed we'd soon appear. Rescue the princess, break through the flame, stand like a storm no darkness can tame. Through Shadowpeak fury, through steel frost and night, we fight for her freedom, we rise for the light. Beyond the shattered outpost stone, where vines and sunlight gently swayed, we found her standing in the clearing where the forest light was laid. Grass bowed softly at her footsteps, flowers bright around her grew. Life itself seemed drawn to guard her, wrapped in petals, morning dew. The air was warm with whispered magic, drifting through the emerald air. As we broke the goblin's bindings, freeing her from the shadow snare, she rose like dawn in living color, steady, regal, breathing free. And all the valley silence, knowing what her fate must be. Through fire we rise, through sorrow we climb, through dangers forgotten by mountain and time. With courage unbroken, our fate intertwined, the princess is found. Now the world must be aligned. Rescue the princess, break through the flame, stand like a storm, no darkness can tame. Through Shadowpeak fury, through steel frost and night, we fight for her freedom. We rise for the light. Rescue the princess, break through the flame, stand like a storm, no darkness can tame. Through Shadowpeak fury, through steel frost and night, we fight for her freedom. We rise for the light.
Silence settles over the peaks as the last echoes of battle fade. The goblins flee into the fractures of the mountain. The cold wind softens. The princess stands among her rescuers, weary but unbroken, her emblem shining like starlight against the stone. The road home will be perilous, but hope has returned, and the Shadowpeaks, once a tomb of secrets, now witness the rebirth of courage. Together they step into the rising dawn,